welcome to Live Consciously. My name is Marvin Mack and I am your personal and professional development coach. Intention. Who do you desire to be and what do you desire to create with the rest of your life? Today we are talking about intention. Intention is something that someone plans to do or achieve. We must constantly ask and answer these important questions for ourselves. We must know that the answers are within us and will be revealed. At this level of empowerment, we will discover how profoundly powerful we are to fulfill our purpose and achieve our deepest goals and desires. After identifying our goals and desires, we must visualize and write a personal mission statement. Having a personal and professional vision and mission statement is critical to our next level of success. Once we're clear on our intent, or at least have a concept of who we desire to be and what we desire to create with the rest of our lives, 5 things will happen. Number 1, we will instantly begin to access our power consciousness, to know that you can do the thing, to attract and draw to ourselves more health, relationships, advancement, and wealth. As a result, we will feel a renewed sense of positive energy, confidence, peace, power, and focus. Number 2, we will believe and have more confidence in our ability to succeed in life. As a result, the negative feelings of fear, doubt, and insecurity will be replaced with power, courage, and knowing. Number 3, we will no longer allow negative people, situations, or circumstances to drain our energy or take us off focus. As a result, life challenges will no longer have power or control over us. Number 4, we will feel a sense of hope and possibility because we now realize that if we have desires in our hearts, then it must mean that we have the power within to materialize those desires. And number 5, we will send a powerful energy out into the universe. Next, the universe will align the exact forces that we need to fulfill our purpose and materialize our deepest goals and desires. Implementing the intention mechanism will motivate and empower us to discover a higher power within ourselves, to fulfill our purpose and materialize our deepest goals and desires. Again, having a personal and professional vision and mission statement is critical to our next level of success. It must be in the forefront of our minds at all times. Remember, anyone who has succeeded in life had to go through some form of healing and transformation process in order for them to have succeeded. Take it for one. Self-management tip number 1. I know my 4 top priorities. I know my 4 top priorities. What is your status? A, I have a list of my 4 most important priorities and their status in writing and in the forefront of my mind. Or B, I have too much to do and not enough time to do it. Everything is a priority. If you answered A to the above question,
then bravo to you and keep up the great work that you're doing in the world. If you answered B, please realize that if your deepest intent is to succeed in life, then you must keep a list of your priorities and a status report in the forefront of your mind. In addition, these priorities must be in writing and posted where you could see them every day. This will decrease your stress level and prevent you from feeling out of control with no direction. Each time you start to feel overwhelmed or frustrated, you must refocus that time and energy on reviewing your 4 biggest priorities and their status. In addition, you must consistently do something on the priority list to move yourself forward. Getting your priorities straight will assist you in managing your time, energy, and thoughts in order to accomplish your goals and objectives. What do you think?
A powerful meditation. Meditation to relax your mind, body, and spirit. I will take time each day for quiet reflection. I will be still and let my body relax and my mind be free of all negative thoughts. I will focus on love, joy, peace, and prosperity, because this is what I ultimately desire to create in my life. My meditations will allow me to 1. Tap into my higher power. 2. Listen to my intuition. And 3. Get in alignment with what the universe has for me. Meditation will allow me to tap into my higher power. Meditation will allow me to tap into my higher power. When I am faced with negative challenges and I do not think that I can overcome them, my higher power will assist me in overcoming the challenge. Even when I don't think that I can achieve the goal, there is a higher power within me that can. I am learning to trust in my higher power more and more. Meditation allows me to listen to my intuition. Meditation allows me to listen to my intuition. My intuition helps me to make effective decisions in my daily life. It allows me to react and respond to challenging situations in a powerful manner. Intuition helps me to see people for who they really are. This helps me to not allow negative people to steal my energy or waste my time. Intuition is always speaking to me, and I am really beginning to pay attention to this powerful inner voice. Meditation puts me in alignment with who I am, my purpose, desires, and talents. Meditation puts me in alignment with who I am, my purpose, desires, and talents. Moreover, it instructs me on how I should handle negative challenges in my life. This surpasses all outside conditioning. When my identity, purpose, desires, and talents are revealed from within, nothing can stop me from executing and accomplishing my goals and desires. When my identity, purpose, desires, and talents are revealed from within, nothing can stop me from executing and accomplishing my goals and desires. When my identity, purpose, desires, and talents are revealed from within, nothing can stop me from executing and accomplishing my goals and desires. The benefits I receive from my meditations are: it re-energizes and renews my physical mind, body, and spirit. It reduces my stress and anxiety. It lowers my blood pressure. It reduces my headaches and body pains. It allows me to sleep peacefully through the night. It helps me to be physically, mentally, spiritually, and psychologically a more powerful person. Testing, testing. So, is it okay if we maybe start with the Lord's Prayer?
Yes, I love that. Absolutely.
Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Thy will is done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory, forever and ever. Amen.
Yes.
And
Love
thank
the
you.
Lord's Prayer.
Thank you.
You have to believe that something, whether it was a little bit of here or big thing, something has resonated and will resonate. And you may not even see it for 10 years. You may be sitting at in Whole Foods trying to decide if you're going to get this or that, and a person walk up to you that you absolutely do not know, cannot remember, and they say to you, I don't think you will remember me. But you said something 10 years ago that changed my life and put me on a path. And when I had this conversation with myself, what I said to myself was, Cassandra, do you really think that's possible? Absolutely. Think about every single person in your life who had that conversation with you. Reverend Paula Byfield is not here today, but the conversation she had with me that changed my life was, you have to begin to challenge every belief that does not serve a greater purpose in you. She is not around for me to say, do you know you had that conversation with me 6 years ago? And because of that conversation, I went from the victim consciousness to a manifester. She's not here to hear that, but I can say it and know that just like she had that simple conversation with me on a Sunday afternoon, what was her? I'm almost positive she was not thinking, did Cassandra get that? I'm almost sure she detached from it in that moment and moved on.
Well, I want to say bravo, first of all. I want to just, while we're on the subject, when is the book going to be available?
The book?
First of all, what is the book called?
The book is called Living the I Am. It's that moment in your life where you choose to expand.
And so this, and going back to the story, which I love, going back to the story, so this is your ultimate attempt, really, your really next level attempt at really giving people that piece of information that has the potential to actually alter their lives.
Just totally flip your life upside down. I mean, really, in a good way.
And so the foundation of the book is, when I say the foundation, meaning the concept, that, what is the foundation of the book?
The whole concept of the book is, in every moment, in every experience, in everything you do, every conversation, there's opportunity for you to expand. And if you're not choosing to expand, and expansion just simply means I am being open to the understanding that there's a higher self, there's a higher opportunity in this engagement. And when you're not open to expanding, because expansion is happening whether you
want to or not,
whether you're aware of it or not, baby.
Right.
The universe is expanding in every ounce of a moment,
right.
in a second. The universe is expanding. Why are you not expanding with it? Because you have this opportunity to expand.
So I want to make it very clear that when you say expand, I'm receiving it as expand in your level of health, relationships, career, finances,
Yes.
love, joy, peace, you know, that.
Exactly. Expansion is all about who was I in the past second, and I'm no longer that.
I'm greater.
I'm greater. Oh my God. It took
but
me
I guess
20
where,
years to
what I
realize this, when I could have expanded in that thing when it happened 20 years ago. And so now you're coming into this idea that I'm going to choose every opportunity to expand. Every experience, I'm going to expand. And if I'm not expanding, at least I'm being conscious. I'm being aware of why I'm choosing not to.
Right.
And that's what I say. That's when I say expansion is everything. Escalation is optional. You're expanding whether you're aware of it or not. Absolutely. But you choose whether or not you're going to escalate and go higher.
Right. That is
in that higher learning.
So important.
You choose by saying, I think I'm going to stay here for another 10 years. You choose that.
So I have to tell you, I didn't see the complete book, but I read some chapters from the book, and so I just want to just give a concept of what I received. And I'm really just trying to say, well, when I get this book, you know, I love how it's broken down into like lessons, almost short pieces and lessons, and you know, things that you can actually internalize in a very short period of time. And one of the things which I love about the book is that it talks about real life situations and circumstances. And what I love is how I think, you know, the meat comes when you had the negative situation, but how you turn that negative situation into a lesson, a blessing, a positive situation or circumstance, and really how you have to go through that process, internal process,
the animation,
in order to get to that expansion. So that's what I kind of like.
Yeah.
So I look forward to reading the entire book. But that I read, I really love the way that it's broken down.
And each one, like the whole concept and the whole design of it is about, if I just want to, if I'm struggling internally with freedom, or if I'm struggling internally with just being my truth and standing in my truth, then I can just open the book up and find the peace on truth.
Right.
Read the story on truth. Read how Cassandra worked through and what was her experience in finding that truth, and being able to leave or start that day off with an affirmation and a thought. Because
beyond a shadow of a doubt. But I cannot ignore this internal feeling of, you know, of really understanding that concept of you're going to have to allow, you're going to have to do what you're going to do, and it can't have anything to do with what another person thinks or believes you should do.
Yeah. I just had that conversation with a friend of mine, actually, the person who I co-host the radio show with, and I sent her a text. We usually correspond via Facebook, so other people can see the conversation.
Really? That's really cool.
I had to send her a text, and she was like, "This is interesting. Why are you sending me the text? You usually just," she put something on Facebook, and I responded via text between me and her instead of responding on Facebook. And I said to her, I said, "I'm sending you this text because I really resonated with what you said, and you know, you're absolutely right, because the question becomes, who do I need to become in consciousness to bring the vision forward? So who do I need to become in consciousness first, so that whatever is wishing to emerge through me has to be able to freely flow through me? What do I need to change?" And then the third question was, and who do I need to let go? And I said, now, let me just say this. That wasn't me talking. I don't know who that was. Because I don't talk about letting people go. I did hold on people for 30, 40, 50 years. I'm like, well, who said that? I got the part 1 and 2. And I'm texting her saying, and I found myself alone saying, wait a minute, who said that? Who said I got to let somebody go? And she responded and said, oh, yeah, I've been there. And I can tell you this much. Even if you try to move away, go on to another state or just another state of living, people will not let you cut them off. You have to literally say, you're cut. It's kind of like Donald Trump, you're fired.
Really?
I mean, I would think, like for me, I would get it. I would be like, okay, I haven't talked to her in a year. She must need this, right? She said, no. She said, people will literally call you after a year and say, okay, now that I gave you a year, let's pick up where we left off from. And I was really, really, like, I couldn't say anything. I was almost stunned because I was like, really, what I realized is I'm going to have to let people go.
Okay, now I want to know what you think about this, because one of my pet peeves, one of my pet peeves, it's particularly with my brother, because you have to understand, all he talks about, I like live my life vicariously through him, because he's in the world, so to speak.
Exactly.
So understanding, but his dominating conversation that irritates me to no end is, I need to let some people go. And I always say to him, well, before you let those people go, would you please at least get in the mirror and deal with that person first? I said, because you can let them go and you can move to Timbuktu, but if you have not addressed those internal issues.
And I don't even think you'll so much have to, once you become whatever it is that you are becoming in consciousness, I don't even think you'll have to let people go. I think people will go away.
Well, okay, and I believe that as well, because I'm a strong believer, and it will never ever be about cutting anybody off, because I don't believe, number one, that that's the consciousness level of God. I said, but if you want to get human, and you want to put it into another context, you might want to think about it, and this is exactly how I think about it, because of course we all want to get rid of the negative energy in our life. Unfortunately, most of us don't realize that the negative energy is coming from us. But anyway.
Because if you're vibrating at that level, then it's a reason why they can continue to connect with you.
Well, or get you. You know, and we're going to talk about why is it that we allow them to have so much power and control at this particular point in our lives anyway. But the point that I want to make is getting to the human consciousness level of letting somebody go. I always say to them, why don't you just think about really elevating yourself to such a high level that they just wouldn't be able to fly at that altitude, and then you won't have to get rid of them. Because if they're not supposed to be there, then they won't be there. But rest assured of this, because this is the problem that I have, is that, well, if you haven't corrected the situation and that problem in that relationship, and you think I'm going to cut that off, and then you're going to go on with your life, well, good luck. Because if you have not learned the lesson from your core for that reason that that person took so much from you or whatever, I always say, if you didn't get the lesson and you cut them off, another one, 2 weeks, 3 months down the road is going to come into your life and it's going to do the same thing.
Exactly.
So I'm a strong believer in there's not going to be a conversation about getting rid of anybody. That's not a leadership mentality, number one, and it's childish, number two.
Exactly.
Because in most cases, it's because we can't say to the person directly, no, and no means no.
We cannot say to the person directly. It's
Represent powerfully. Know yourself, a self-discovery process. Who are you? I am powerful, intelligent, courageous, unique, and beautiful. What is your purpose? My purpose is to be a great person and to share that greatness with the world. What are your personal and professional goals and desires? I desire to A. Develop a stronger mind, body, and spirit. B. Develop loving relationships with all people. C. Advance professionally. And D. Increase my financial net worth. How do you overcome your life challenges? I effectively overcome my life challenges in a powerful manner. How do you present and communicate yourself to the world? I present and communicate myself to the world in a powerful and loving manner.